JUNG.
Time now, ladies and gentlemen, for the featherweights, and about scheduled for three-minute rounds. This season, Glory veteran earned a split decision win in Chicago at Glory 58.
Here's our tale of the tape for this featherweight battle between France and Uzbekistan. Ezbiri, 32 years old, but it'll be Boynazarov that has a 1-inch reach advantage.
With professional experience, more than double for Anvar Boynazarov, but those are coming from Muay Thai rules, where Ezbiri does have the advantage when it comes to kickboxing rules. My keys to glory for this belt is Ezbiri. He's got to use his movement. He doesn't want to be standing there for Boynazarov to use his counter punches. He needs to use combinations, and he needs to defend those counters. Boynazarov needs active pressure. He can't just walk forward. He's got to put things together and make sure he matches that pace of Ezbiri.
These two hard-hitting featherweights are scheduled to battle it out for three-minute rounds. And introducing first, fighting out of the black corner, he is a two-time world Muay Thai champion. As a professional, incredible 122 fights, consisting of 94 wins, 26 losses, 2 bouts scored even, and 54 career knockouts. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, 1.75 meters, and he weighed in at 142.2 pounds, 64.5 kilos. He fights tonight out of Uzbekistan. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Anvar, the Uzbek Boynazarov. Across the ring and fighting out of the white corner, a French and two-time world champion. His professional record, 47 wins, 13 losses, 1 draw, and 14 career knockouts. At 5 feet 8 and 1/2 inches, 1.74 meters, he weighed in at 142.2 pounds, 64.5 kilos. He's here tonight in Strasbourg, fighting out of Lyon, France. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Abdellah Ezbiri. The third man inside the Glory ropes, your referee is Paul Nichols.
Gentlemen, you understand the rules that you're fighting to. Protect yourself at all times, obey my commands at all times. Do you have any questions? Touch gloves if you like. Push back. Judge.
There's the Goliath ringside, coming off that 8-man heavyweight tournament win.
Fight!
The #1 heavyweight contender in the world today. You know he wants Rico Verhoeven next, but right now he's content to sit and watch what should be a good one between Ezbiri in the white gloves and Boynazarov in the black.
Which is round 4 for these guys, so they know each other. Let's see what adaptations they made.
Do you think Boynazarov can win on points, or does he need the KO?
Well, knowing how Ezbiri is, he's really good volume striker. So he's either got to match the pace or rely on his power. But you can see that length. Ezbiri wants to hit and move. He doesn't want to stay in the pocket.
Oh, he tried that spinning back kick, the one that put Victor Pinto down. It just misses. Good combination. Nice start for Ezbiri, but we saw in the Fabio Pinca fight, it only takes 1 shot from the Uzbek.
Yep, he's going to constantly walk forward, use his strong defense, which he developed through those 122 Muay Thai fights. He's going to walk you down and counter.
Nice low kick there from Boynazarov.
Boynazarov still living in Thailand.
Ezbiri burst onto the scene back at Glory 47, winning a featherweight contender tournament, 2 fights in 1 night. And he came into that tournament as a big underdog in a straight right hand, since Boynazarov sprawling back against the ropes. You don't think about Ezbiri having a lot of hand power, but he showed differently there.
Volume and movement approach so far, Ezbiri's doing well.
Boynazarov was just seconds away from becoming a featherweight interim world champion when he put Kevin Van Ostrand on the canvas, only for Van Ostrand to get up and land a brutal knee that sent Boynazarov down and out.
Yeah, he was on his way to a title shot, and I know he's more motivated than ever to get it.
And this is what Boynazarov wants, Ezbiri to stand in the pocket and let his hands go.
Yeah, or jump into strikes like that where he can counterpunch well.
Boynazarov coming all the way from Thailand, where he lives and trains.
He's relying heavily on his punches. He's got to mix his kicks in.
Good combo there from Ezbiri. Good opening round for the Frenchman. The right is there. A right hand sends Ezbiri to the canvas. That'll be a count. Fade down the music.
5, 6, 7, 8. Step to me.
That'll be the end of the round, but it was a round Ezbiri was winning, and then, like I said, it only takes one.
Yeah, you called it. I mean, you can't get too comfortable if you're Ezbiri here, who's taking his combinations, being very relaxed. That, like you said, one punch only from Boynazarov just came with a nice overhand right.
They got him right by the ear. What does that do to your body?
Well, it knocks your equilibrium right off. I mean, it doesn't take a hard shot. If it's the right placement, I mean, you don't have to put everything behind it, and that was just a perfect example of it.
So Ezbiri, fighting out of nearby Lyon, is now in recovery mode. Joe, what do you do differently this round? Because everything was working for what, 2 minutes and 59 seconds?
Well, it's just keeping patient, as we know that Boynazarov is really dangerous with all of his experience, and his favorite move is that flying knee. He needs to be careful with that one, but he's just got to go in there, and he's got to keep that up. I mean, Ezbiri is using the volume approach, but now Boynazarov has to be careful.
So, as we will soon see the judges' scores, Ezbiri, if there's no more knockdowns, has to win the next 2 rounds. I'm sure all 5 judges scored that 10-8.
Ezbiri needs to keep that same strategy. Keep attacking and moving, stay long, and respect that power.
All 5 judges, actually, only 1 judge scored at 10-8. The other 4 scoring at 10-9, a bit interesting. Usually judges will immediately give you the 10-8.
10-8 for it, yep.
But they determined that Ezbiri was winning that round handily before the knockout, or knockdown rather. Oh, another right hand, that's another knockdown. The legs gave out. Ezbiri doesn't believe it, but it is true.
Yeah, it hit him in the way he fell.
6, 7, 8.
Boynazarov's got to be feeling good now.
Really good, and Ezbiri now with a code red mentality. He can't get too wild in there. He's going to get his head knocked off.
Yeah, now he's getting a little aggressive now. He has no choice.
And this is just what Boynazarov wants. Oh, and he ate a right hand.
Too much on the line for Ezbiri not to keep coming after it.
Well, Boynazarov told us, listen, I figured this kickboxing thing out. The first time I faced Ezbiri, I was still a Muay Thai guy. You'll see a new and improved fighter tonight. And Joe, Boynazarov told us, once I win this fight, I want Pech Panmarong. He said, my style is the perfect style to beat him. Do you agree?
Well, he lives in Thailand, so he trains with Thai fighters, Southpaw Thai fighters every single day. Most of his experience is in Muay Thai, so yeah, I gotta agree with him on that one.
Still some work to do here with a minute left in round 2. If you're just joining us, Boynazarov has 2 knockdowns in this fight. Boy, Ezbiri's pulling out all the stops. Oh, he lands a quick little left that knocks Boynazarov off balance.
Look like Boynazarov's trying to use his knees now.
Ezbiri, if you just saw the total strikes right now, you'd think he's dominating this fight.
You even see Boynazarov switching stances, so you know he's comfortable. He's not really concerned of those combinations and the power of Ezbiri.
So for Ezbiri now, it's not about winning rounds, it's about knocking Boynazarov out.
Stop, stop.
Let's look at that knockdown and see if indeed that's what it should have been.
Yeah, it's hard to see from that angle.
Interesting. There's the punch.
It's tough to tell because it slipped over the shoulder, that hook, but it does look like that foot slipped.
Well, no sense in crying over spilled milk. It's a done deal.
Yep.
Paul Nichols, one of the best referees in the world, called it a knockdown as we look at it from a third angle. Didn't appear to step on his foot. It almost like his leg kind of just gave out on him.
Yeah, it kind of slipped out, but when your equilibrium's off, that's what happens. So you can't really blame Paul Nichols for calling that a knockdown. Only Ezbiri really knows if it was a damaging shot or not.
Anvar, that's beautiful. Just keep going.
Fight!
3 minutes left for Ezbiri to come back. Needs at least a knockdown here. Some interesting scores there. The 10-9 judge, not sure what's going on there. It was a knockdown. That is an automatic point deduction, is it not?
Absolutely. See how Boynazarov takes this third round. Does he stay patient or does he still go for it?
The one judge who scored at 9-9 obviously deducted a point, but then felt that overall, in totality, Ezbiri won the round, so gave him 9 and scored at 10 points for Ezbiri.
Yeah, but with scoring, you can't lose the round with a knockdown. So
Break!
That's the first scoring criteria.
Nevertheless, Ezbiri still has a shot here.
Good check from Boynazarov.
This may turn into one of those trilogy fights, Joe.
Yeah.
Because you know Ezbiri feels like he's been done hard here in the second fight. That's a low kick. Is it a knockdown? Paul Nichols says no. Ezbiri, though, showing a lot of great conditioning here, Joe, to keep firing like this after being knocked down twice.
Yeah, I want to see Ezbiri go to that right low kick. I don't know, is it Boynazarov's knee or... I know he didn't look too comfortable taking it. There's those flying knees Boynazarov likes.
Considering how the scores are all over the place, if Ezbiri can manage just a knockdown, I think he wins the fight. Easier said than done against Boynazarov. What a spirited display, though, by Ezbiri.
Yeah, absolutely, but that right low kick from Ezbiri is doing well.
Just to reiterate the point, Ezbiri has thrown 230 strikes compared to just 113 for the Uzbekistan fighter.
Yeah, watch every time Ezbiri goes to the low kick. Boynazarov's not liking it. Probably won't do enough damage with 30 seconds left to get him what he wants, but still his best landing strike. Ooh, good switching stance and power from Boynazarov.
Some spinning attack there from the Uzbek. A good round 3 for Ezbiri. So it was a good fight, a controversial fight. We'll see what happens with these scorecards when we return. You're watching the Glory Super Fight Series. Here are the highlights, Joe, and a lot of controversy in this fight.
Yeah, and Ezbiri really started well with his combinations and hitting and moving, knew how dangerous Boynazarov with his counter punches, but he ended up getting caught right at the end of the first round, which put Ezbiri having to come forward. That controversial knockdown there, which was very difficult to call. And round 3, Ezbiri needed it, kept coming forward, mixing his combinations. But Anvar Boynazarov stayed really strong, tight defensively, kept coming forward. They had another moment again at the end of this fight. Which, like you said, could set up the third.
Look at these statistics, Joe. If you're just turning on the channel, you're like, wow, Ezbiri blew this guy out of the water.
Yeah, it was all that volume and combinations, but when you get hit with power punches, that's all it takes.
2 knockdowns officially scored for Anvar Boynazarov.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout goes the distance, so we go to the judges' scorecard. Let's take a look at the totals from our 5 ringside judges. They score this bout 29-28, 29-26, and our 3 remaining judges all see the bout 29-27. A unanimous decision, all for your winner, Anvar Boynazarov.
Well, Ezbiri had more good moments, but Boynazarov had the big moments, and that was the difference.
Yeah, all he needed was those 2 big shots that got those knockdowns, but this definitely puts Anvar Boynazarov in that talk about a